New Defense Secretary Ash Carter convened an extraordinary war council meeting in Kuwait to review the strategy to defeat ISIS. Now, this morning, Carter will meet with President Obama. This is the dynamic that had many worried under the last administration of the Defense Secretary. Let's go to Barbara Starr for more from the Pentagon. What do we know?
Urgent meeting in Kuwait, Chris. Urgent solutions, perhaps not just yet from Ash Carter. He is expected to meet with President Obama later today after he lands here back in Washington. He had this big meeting with all of his generals in Kuwait. He told everybody, drop everything, come to Kuwait. He wanted to hear their ideas about what to do about ISIS and talk about his ideas. But are there any new ideas? That's a big question mark. Carter came out and he said he'd learned things like ISIS is not invincible. Defeating ISIS will need a military and diplomatic solution. Perhaps not new just yet. But the big issue in front of Ash Carter now, just a week into the job, is will he have to recommend to President Obama a small number of U.S. troops on the ground in Iraq to help the Iraqis in that big fight to retake Mosul. That is expected to start in April or May, perhaps, if the Iraqis are ready. If that's true, Ash Carter and his top commanders need to get that option together for President Obama in the next several days. They need to start planning now for that, we are told. But that's, of course, unless the Iraqi forces aren't ready in April or May, as the Pentagon hopes. So, Ash Carter comes in with a lot of promise, a lot to deliver, but still waiting to see what he really wants to do about all this and whether he can get it through the White House. Chris?
Barbara Starr, thank you so much for the reporting.